It's the time to get down.
Than anyone else.
Right.
So my job is, of course, to get into the schools, make sure we're in the foster family agencies, the probation camps, and ensure that these children have a better way.
And this
That's
is something
it.
that
That's
really
true.
works. You know, you get your return on investment.
Oh my gosh.
Your return on your investment when you work with community organizations like Pamela's, of which at least we're so proud to be a part of that and to have her. But your return on investment is so much more because it goes to immediate use. It's not like this delayed. No, this goes right into use. Affects somebody today.
Today, exactly. We reach our website, www.livingadvantageinc.org. We get approximately a couple of thousand hits a day. But what's so grand is that our communication, when people log in, when they register, when they become part of our organization, our network of services, our e-newsletter actually goes out on a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly basis, and we actually get to reach close to 40,000 people on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. Well, that in turn, like you said, goes directly to the kids. So whatever information and services we have, and we try to get people to get more involved in what we do, I mean, we're reaching thousands of people on a regular basis. That's why PaxStereo.tv is so important to us, because we have to take this to a media wave, not just electronic communication, but media, internet media wave.
Yeah.
And so Living Advantage to transfer, or not transfer, we're already a part of it, but to be consistent, it takes the funding. It takes the money of that. Money has power, and that power will allot us a much bigger impact to our population, to our children.
True. So true. And there's the website, Living Advantage, right there in front of you.
And the website's in the chat room as well, too.
Yeah.
So we dropped the link in there if you guys want to go and take a look over what Pamela's doing.
Well, Pamela, tell us about this Foster Youth Salute You.
Well,
as a nice tongue.
Foster Youth
I need that tongue
Salute You.
exercise.
It's an honors luncheon. What I've done was we had to figure out a way. You know, we've been doing this for over 17 years, and we've had some really instrumental people that believes and kind of backs us in what we do. So now it's our opportunity of letting the children know we're like a bridge. We're like a bridge from the community to our constituents, from the community to resources and services. So now we're bringing the people together. Foster Youth Salute You, Honors Luncheon, May the 15th. It's on a Saturday. May is Foster Care Month. Hooray! Foster Care Month.
I love that part.
And so it's going to be at the USC Galen Center.
Hey,
it's
like
going
that
to be
too.
cool. We're expecting a couple of hundred people, and half of the people are going to be the foster youth. We're going to have the youth actually run the program. The youth are going to be honoring people like Assembly Member, Speaker Emeritus Bass.
That's right.
Yes,
Speaker
Emeritus.
Bass. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karen has raised millions of, hundreds of millions of dollars for the youth over the last 20 or some odd years. She has a foster youth committee that, tries to put different bills, she has put different bills into place to ensure more of a safety and more of an issue of making sure that
they
have care for.
This is the children's way of saying thank you.
Yes.
And look where we are. Look what this foundation, Living Advantage, has done for us because you helped us. Exactly. Oh my God, Pamela, that is wonderful. That you know what? I think sponsors want to see that.
Yes.
They want to see. They need to have some kind of direct communication with the children that they help. And trust me, I'm sure these kids are so proud of their accomplishments.
Yes.
And they couldn't have done it without the sponsors.
And then it's also showing kids that don't have such a great, hasn't had, such a great time in the system, and that they need additional assistance, and they want to tell how important it is that Living Advantage comes to the table and better able to match them to resources and services, and why this technology and why it's so viable that they have it in their lives. It has to be something for them.
And if it hasn't gone so good, it's like, okay, well, because people like Karen Bass and some of your sponsors that you have, they're like, okay, well, what do we need to do to make it better?
There you go.
You've always had some great supporters like that.
Yes. It talks about the past. We have Congresswoman Watson.
All right.
And then we have Assembly Member Mike Davis.
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis. Yes, he actually authored a bill for us, AB 1920, which is the VAIL program, Virtual Assistant Living and Education, to be able to maintain these documents. And it's going to be a California
Isn't that
state
wonderful?
law.
Yeah.
And guess
Need
what?
that.
It passed committee last week.
All right, you got
Woo!
saved.
So we're getting closer and closer
Yes.
to our
Thank
goal.
you, Mr.
Thank
Davis.
God.
That's
Yes,
wonderful.
we appreciate Assemblymember Mike for that. And so, it's going to be, they're going to talk about the past of how they got involved with working with this population. And then they're going to talk about the present, what they're doing currently to be able to sustain and assist these children, and what the community and foundations and the sponsors can do to better service these youth. So it's going to be more like a workshop. It's going to be a nice luncheon for the kids, a nice luncheon for the people of the community and our sponsors and, our foundations to understand. But it's also going to be like, take some notes. This is what we need to do to better service these children. If we have an average of about 60-70% of the children in the inner city schools are foster youth, we need to do something to better service them. We have to find a way to help these children. And we have a grand solution. We have the solution to the problem. We're excited. We're excited behind it. Our foster youth, and what's so good too, I think about how Living Advantage is taking this approach is that foster youth fall into, gangs fall into foster youth, drug abuse, homelessness, all these different ramifications fall into foster youth.
And all the societal medical issues and all that and what have
Yes, they have a lot of behavior issues, and then you have to think about some mental issues too.
That's what,
when children get the bond is broken between biological parents. That could be very stressful. Our foster youth have a post-traumatic stress of 3 times higher than a war veteran.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
never
and
take that into consideration, Mario.
And you got to really try to tap in and provide these services while they're young enough to be effective. Because
Yes.
see, what happens is, at least while they're children, they're cute to you all. See what I'm saying?
That's true.
This is the hard part
No.
that we would see, and it's so bad because as they get older, all of a sudden you don't care.
Yeah.
See, so while they're children, it's the same thing that happens with people who have mental disabilities.
Yes.
When they're younger, you're more willing to tolerate them than when you have an adult
Exactly.
who's got some kind of a mental
Exactly.
incapacitance or some problem
Yes.
like that. All of a sudden, they're not cute to you. So it's so important that we set up these systems that are self-sustaining,
Yes.
ongoing, that they can tap into from the time when they're a youth and have it, throughout their lifetime, really, so that it can benefit them well into adulthood. So that's
Right.
that's the thing
Exactly.
I thought was wonderful.
And what's so good about Living Advantage? I'm not like toot my own horn. However, if we
Toot.
see how YouTube has been effective, we see how Facebook has been effective. What's the same concept? But now we're just taking it to that higher, that one, a little higher level, to whereas we're not just posting a picture. We're maintaining vital records of children that need some form of a foundation and stability in their
Yeah.
life. So we're just taking it. We're doing the same thing, but taking it to the next level. We're providing resources and services so they can be matched to what their needs are in whatever area they're in. So we're just taking it all to just a different level to being able to just reduce the statistics. We want to make their life
An
not
action
so
plan. There's an action plan.
And this is the kind of thing when they work well, it could be a national policy.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Take it nationwide. It may
Yes.
be global.
Exactly.
Now there were 2 videos too that were sent over.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. I'm just going to tell the truth. The videos are good because it just paints a picture of a video, but you've done way better than the videos have. So I'm just saying this. For those of you, there is an overview video that you explain about what Living Advantage is, but I'm telling you right now.
Pamela did it.
I'm just saying, I'm one of those cats. I'm one of those cats that sit there and go like this. When you see her do, I say, okay, tell her to stop reading the stuff.
There you go.
It's one of those things that I always say
Pamela
this.
presents it so well.
This is my
Yeah,
point.
when you just talk to us,
That's-
we get